Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry for not posting lately. I was going through social depression and I kind of shut off my social media just trying to get my shit together first. But thankfully I'm back here and I will be making a new video every Friday like I used to do. In this video, we're going to create a port scanner using Python. If for those who want to learn more about cybersecurity in Python, check the link in the description. There is a Telegram group where I post daily PDF of Python in cybersecurity for free. So without wasting more time, let's start with this new tool. Okay, first of all, what we're going to do is to create a directory. So let's say my directory, let's call it scan. Actually, I will give it a proper name. Okay, let's use a proper name. Let's call it a port scanner. Excuse me. So cd for scanner. Okay, inside this folder, we're going to create two files. The main file and the readme file. So first, now let's go create touch main.py. This one is going to contain our script, and the second file is readme.md. This one is going to be a brief description of the tool. Great. So now let's start the code. I will use V as editor. You can use any editor you want. It's just the same. Okay, now let's go and set up the environment. So let's go let me say localhost exclamation mark slash user slash bin slash nv slash python 3. Okay, after that we're going to import two main library, which is going to be the socket library and the sys library, just so I can kind of play with network and the system at the same time. Great. Now what we're going to do is define a function. So let's go and say def. Let's call this function scan port underscore port. Just sure. Inside this, I will give it some arguments. So let's say first argument I want is the host. If for the host I want it to be a string. So actually, I could make it an integer because a host can be a number, but some people actually deal with localhost typing like the whole sentences. So yeah. Next is going to be the port. The port is always an integer, so int. And another argument is going to be timeout. So the timeout, I want it to be a float number. So float a, I want it to set it to 1.0. Yeah, I think is yeah to make it without wasting more time. Great. Now let's try to catch any error that may occur. So we're going to use the try except. So try let's with the socket open the parentheses socket dot a underscore inet comma socket dot sock excuse sock no sock underscore stream. I want this whole thing to be set as a shorter letter. So let's just say S. Actually, I could call it F or P or whatever, but I just make it S. So it's linking the RAM with socket because it's like the first letter. Great. So let's call it again. Set S dot. We're going to set a timeout. So set timeout. I want to call the argument. So timeout, which is 1.0. So timeout. And I want it to return s dot connect underscore x. This one is going to return the host and the port, and so host and port both as equal to 0, just in case. Actually, I think I messed up somewhere. Let me. Nah, it's not supposed to indent it this way. Oh yeah, found. Actually, I forgot to close the parentheses. Excuse me. Great. Now, yeah, perfect. Now let's go acceptation just in case it's not the code didn't went the way I wanted it, I'm going just to return false. Okay, just just because. Oh no, I forgot something. Yeah, return false. Great. Now what we're going to do is define another function which is going to be the main function. So def main. So in this function, I'm going to first of all use the condition. So if length, just to check if the user entered proper thing. So if length sys.argv is less than 2, then print, just to tell the user that his input was actually wrong. He should actually use the tool this way. Okay, so users python sys.argv, put it into brackets, 0, and target underscore host, and star port and port. And then I wanted to give him an example of how to properly use it. So I will print another message. Let's say print example. Let's say example python 3 sys.argv, the same process. Then I'm going to set the target host. I'm going to use a local host. Let's give it a little bit space. Okay, so 127.0.0.1. As a port, I want to be 1024. Yeah, perfect. Okay, now we're going to sys exit 1, which means not success. If the code was actually a success, I will exit with static code 0, but since it's not success, the static code of not success operation is always 1. You can learn about more. You can learn more about this on their websites. Now let's set up the host, and so host equal sys.argv1. Let's star port. Give it a int. So I want to be an integer. So sys.argv. This one is going to contain to take 2 arguments, and now it's going to if learn with if learn sys.argv is, wait, yeah, you can actually make it greater, so is greater than 2, else 1. This one I'm just going to get the import of it, so the import just going to repeat the same, a little bit the same process. So equal, going to be equal to int, the integer, because I want it to be, it's going to be an integer always. So argv, oh my bad, I think argv 2. Okay, next we're going to say if len dot sys dot argv is greater than 3, as I'm going to get to 1024, which is the port. So in the first line, it's getting the target host, and the second one is going to port. I'm getting the port. So now I'm just going to print a message to properly start the scan. So start scanning. I'm going to let's say host and port. Set it to star ports. And end ports. Okay, Now I'm going to create a dictionary to get all the ports, so open ports, all this, all the ports we're going to get from the scan. I want them to save them inside this empty dictionary. Okay, so empty, it's like, it's just like a small database or static database. Okay, so for port in range, this one is just to loop over again and again. Not actually a while loop, but a little bit work the same. So start port end port plus one. Say one actually, and from here, let me actually say, from here I'm going with the if scan port. So if the scan from the host and the port, I want it to print all the open ports. So print f quotation mark open the bracket open, then ports curly bracket ports. We close the curly bracket. Okay, now I'm going to add the new port to the same to the port. So let me say open underscore port dot append. I will actually assign it to the port. So to get the port input. Okay, now let's now print scan is complete. Print. Let's so actually from here I think the scan is complete. So let's just say scan complete. And just one last thing no, but no, okay. Just one last thing we can do is if open ports. So print. So if we found any open port, so let's say open port found. So just specify we found all these open port found. So we say give it, let's let's go comma quotation mark dot join. Open the parentheses map, open parentheses again, string, open port, then close the parentheses. Okay. Else, let's just say, in case we didn't find any open port, let's just print no open port detected. Okay, let's use the exclamation mark. Yeah, much better. That is it. That's all. Now let's try. Now let's go close the app. So if oh wait underscore name underscore quotation mark underscore man underscore close it, and then we call the function. That's it. Now let's save it and run it. Hopefully I didn't make no mistakes. Python, let's try man.py. I'm going to scan Google. I want it from 1 to I think it's actually I want it to scan it from 1 to 443. All right, seems like everything is working just fine, hopefully. Yeah, I actually I think it's everything is great. So let's try now to go write the readme. So now no readme.md. I'm just going to make something simple. So this is the readme about my tool. Thank you for using it. Okay. Now everything is done. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like the channel. Little disclaimer.